Okay, so in the previous session, we were discussing about the inheritance in Python. We have seen various codes for that, and we did implemented inheritance, that is simple inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance. Okay, so here is an example again. We are just trying to understand various different codes for it. So we need to demonstrate the inheritance again, and here we are having the base class or a super class. There are various names you can give to your parent class. Okay, it can be a base class, it can be a super class. Okay, and then we are going to create its child. Okay, so here let us consider I am having a base class. It is inheriting a property from object class. Okay, and then we have defined init method. We have already seen many examples on init method. You very well know, sir, it is a constructor. Okay, it's like in constructor only when the object is created for the class, then sir, whatever be the value been present during the call of it, during the constructor call, it will be assigned to it. Okay, so name will be assigned when the object of this base class will be created. Okay, then I will assign its value to the self dot name. All right, then I have created another method, that is get name. This is user defined method. Okay, so in it is a already its definition is already available in the Python. Okay, while get name is a method which I have defined, and I'm going to return the name which has been assigned here in the init method. Okay, then I'm going to create a child class which is inheriting the property of the base class. Okay, and again I have defined init method here which is taking the name and the age. We have already seen what is the importance of self. So self is a reference to the object, class object. Okay, and here I am calling init self name. Okay, init to self name, that is of base class, and age is something which I am going to give in this child class. So there is some changes in the code. Okay, name is something, this attribute name is been available in the base class. Okay, and here I am accessing this init method of the base class and asking for the name. Age is something which I'm going to give here in the child class. All right, then the next is I am returning the age also. Then I am creating a grandchild. Grandchild is accessing the property of child. Okay, so indirectly grandchild is having the rights, it is having the power to access the properties of base also. Okay, so here I again declared an init method. Okay, init method is again declared in my grandchild class. Okay, and then it is accessing child init, that means name and the age. That means here I am accessing the init method of child, and here I am giving the address. See, this code, it's a very important code to understand. So here is one attribute address which is extra. In the previous class when I was declaring the child class, age is something an extra attribute, and when I initially created a class, that is what, base class, only I am having an attribute name available with it. Okay, so one by one I am creating the child class, and one additional attribute I am giving it. Okay, so here this is a grandchild which is having name, age, and the address, and now I asked for name and the age here in child dot init. I'm asking for name and the age. Address is something which I will give here in the grandchild, and then I'm again going to return the address. Finally, finally, see, I only created the object of grandchild and gave the name, age, and the address. Name, age, and the address. That's what I gave. And with this only G, the object G, I accessed get name, get age, and the get address. With G only, I accessed all these. So now, what would have been happened? See, I created the object of grandchild. and this constructor will be invoked. So geek 23 and Noida, it will be assigned here. Geek 23 Noida, it will be assigned here. And then what will happen? I called init method of a child. So whatever be the name and the age which has been assigned from this grandchild will be assigned here to the child in it. Name and the age will be assigned here. Okay. And then what will happen after it has been assigned? Okay, it will come here in the init. Name and the age will come here. So if the name and age will come here, from here name, this name will go to the base class in it. So it will be assigned here and it will be go back again. Name will be here and it will be assigned to self dot name. Okay, because neither we have created the object of base class, neither we have created the object of child class, neither we have we have created only the object of grandchild, and it is inheriting the property of your child class, and child class is already inheriting the property of base class, so grandchild is already having a power to inherit both the classes property. Okay, so what kind of inheritance it is? Multi-level, multiple. What do you think? What kind of inheritance it is? Child is accessing base property. Grandchild is accessing child property. So what kind of inheritance it is? Multi-level, multiple. Answer please.
Multi-level, sir.
Multi-level. Okay. So we are going level by level, inheriting the property. Okay. But the point here to be noted is I created object of only grandchild, gave the value for it, and see here, init is the method which I am calling, which I am calling separately from the above classes. So I used in child init here, okay, in the grandchild. Then I used base init here in the child. Okay, so one by one value will be transferred from name, age, and address. It will be going to be present here in the name, age, and address. I have given here, it will be copied here. Then name and age will be again copied here for your child. Then from here name will be copied again for the base. This is how it's gonna work. Okay, so very important code to understand of the inheritance. Okay, if we do talk about single inheritance, let us consider that thing also. For example, I am having a base class, that is class parent, and I have defined a method def function 1 self. This is, this function is in parent class. Okay, and then I have derived one more class from it, class child parent function 2 self. This function is in child class. Then I am going to create the object of the child class, and then I can access the methods function 1 and function 2. That's it, very simple code. Single inheritance, only one level. Okay, and it has given me the output. This function is of parent class, this function is of child class. Okay, very simple code. Then the next one is multiple inheritance. If I do talk about multiple, because multi-level we have already seen, let us talk about multiple inheritance also. So for example, I created a class mother. Okay, and mother name right now it's empty. I am having one attribute here, one variable I declared. It's right now I haven't given any name. Mother name equal to empty. Okay. Then I defined one method, def mother self, self dot mother name, print self dot mother name. That means I am going to have mother name. Okay, that will be printed here in this particular definition. Then I created base class, another base class. So this is base class 1 and this is base class 2. Class father. So father name again I don't give anything. Okay, and just defined a method def father self dot father name. Okay, and then I derived a class son from mother and father both. So this is what, this is your multiple inheritance. That means this son, this particular class is going to inherit the property from mother and father both. Okay, So very very simple classes I have declared here. See, class mother only one parameter, and just using self and printing self dot mother. Here also I just use only father name and printing self dot father name. That's it. And here I'm using class son mother and a father, and here df parents self. Here print father self dot father name and mother self dot mother name. That's what I'm doing. So sun is now having the capability, the rights to access both the properties of mother and father. Okay, and here I defined one method parents. I defined one method parents from my side. Okay, and I'm printing self dot father name and self dot mother name here by it. But till now I haven't given neither father name, neither mother name. I haven't given anything here. So how this can be given? What should be done? So here I created only one object, sun. For sun only I created an object, s1, and s1 dot father name equal to x, and s1 dot mother name equal to y I gave. Here I assigned the value. Initially you know that, sir, these two, mother name and father name, I kept empty. But here I assigned father name and mother name. Okay, and I just called s1 dot parents, only this method, and it printed father x and mother y. It gave me the value for it. Okay, so this is multiple inheritance in which a class is inheriting the property from the base class 1 and the base class 2. Okay, this is 1 and this is 2. Okay, and this is what the result we got. So there can be various use case where we can apply multiple inheritance. Okay, and this is one of the practical use case. Next one is your, again, I am taking class A and I declared a variable a equal to 5 and I defined a method m1 self dot a. Okay, done. Only with this simple code for class A. Similarly, simple code for class B. Class B equal to 10, df m2 self and self dot b. Done. And then what happened? I created object of a o1. I created object of a o1 and I access the method o1 dot m1. So it's going to call this method o1 dot m1, and obviously it will print the value of a. Okay, because here in m1 we are printing self dot a, so its value is a is value is 5, so it's going to print that 5. And here I'm creating the object of b o2, and it is printing and we are calling o2 dot m2. Okay, so this method I'm calling, so obviously it will print the value of b. Okay, now I'm creating a class C which is inheriting the property of A and B. That is, it's again multiple inheritance. And I'm creating another method that is M3. And then I'm saying self C equal to self A plus self B. That means I want to add the value of A and B here, and then I'm going to print C. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, and then I created object of C here. Okay, and then I called M3, O3 dot M3, then M1 also, and M2 also. Now the point is, because C is inheriting the property of A and B, so C got the rights to access its method also and its parents method also. So here I accessed M3. So this is M3. That means I need to perform A plus B. Okay, so A plus B, that is your 5 plus 10, the result will be 15. That's what I'm expecting. Okay, so it's gonna perform this thing. So initially what I got, I I printed I printed the value of A when I was calling method M1. Then I printed value of B when I called method M2. Then I created C and called the method M3. So it's gonna print me A plus B. And then again I called M1 and M2 using the object of C, O3, using this object. Okay, so again I got 5 and 10. So the point here is I can declare any value here. Okay, I declared a equal to 5, b equal to 10. In the previous code, I kept these variables empty. Okay, and I assigned the value of them in after creating the object of your derived class. Okay, here I haven't assigned the value to a and b in that, because I have assigned the value primary only in here only, and then I declared one variable c which is having the addition of a and b. Okay, and I printed all the values. So this is how you can perform multiple inheritance. Okay, another example. Now if I would say, sir, I don't want to do anything, so I'm using class a pass, class b pass, and class c a and b pass. So what, but this code is also correct, this code is also correct. Okay, here c is inheriting the property of a and b, but a don't have anything, b don't have anything, in fact c also don't have anything, but this code is also correct of multiple inheritance. All right, and now if I'm saying again a simple code, if I do say if I do check, I don't want to define any methods here, I'm creating only class a equal to 5, done. I am saying class b equal to 10, done. Then I am saying class c a and b multiple inheritance, and I'm defining dfm self, I'm using self a plus b, and I'm printing c, and then I'm saying that okay, create the object of class c and call this method m, and your result is a plus b, that is 5 plus 10, that is 15. That's it. The task which you did above, the task which you did above with this much code, you can do it with a simple code also. Here it is. See, the point is very much clear. If here we don't have any restrictions or the foundations on the inheritance. Once the class c is inheriting a and b, that means now c can do anything with a and b. There are no obligations for that. Okay, that's why it's quite flexible. Inheritance is very much flexible here in case of Python. If I do check another code, I'm having a class add. Okay, and I defined a method add1, and I'm saying self a plus b, self a plus b. Then I defined another class, I created another class sub, and defined a method sub1, self a minus self b. Okay, and then I created another class multiplication, dfmul1 multiplication, then I'm performing self a into self b, and then division, and defined another method, that is print self a by self b. Okay, and then I created a class arithmetic which is inheriting the property of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all. This is multiple inheritance. Okay, it is inheriting the property of all the classes, arithmetic. And from my side only, I gave the value of a and b. Enter the value of a, enter the value of b, and I created an object of arithmetic, arr arithmetic, and then I called arr dot add one, subtract one, multiplication and division. Okay, so here I input the value of a and b. Okay, and here after getting the value of a and b, I can perform all these tasks, a plus b, a minus b, but just using self, just by using self I can, because inside arithmetic now a and b are the variables, and since arithmetic is accessing the properties of all these four classes, okay, so I can utilize their methods and perform the operation whatever I want to do here. Okay, so this is again multiple inheritance. All right, and are the results you got. Okay, let us check another example. Class vehicle, and I defined a method vehicle information, and I printed okay inside vehicle class. Then I created a child class, that means I am inheriting the property of vehicle here. Okay, and I'm defining another method class info, and I'm saying print inside car class. Okay, so vehicle is your base class with one method, car is a child or derived class from vehicle, and having one method, that is car info. Okay, and I'm creating the object of the car, I am creating the object of the car only, this one only, and I'm saying car equal to car. Okay, car is an object to this class, and I'm accessing the methods of vehicle also, and I'm accessing the method of car also, both information, and obviously it will be printed. Okay, it's just a simple inheritance I perform. Okay, now just check another code. I'm creating a class person with some attributes, name and the age. So this is person info, name and the age. And I'm saying print inside the person class, and name is name and age is age. Then I created another class company, and this is separate class from the person, separate class company. Here I'm accessing, here I'm having the attribute that is your class company name and the location, and I'm saying inside company class, name company and location. Okay, and then I am creating another class that is employee. So employee is accessing company and the person, both the classes. That is, it is inheriting person and the company, again multiple inheritance. Okay, and then you are saying uh, a method is there that is employee information, employee info. It is having salary and the skill. Okay, so here your name and the age is present for the person. Here company name and company location is present for the company, and employee is certainly in another class which you have created, and you have used another two attributes here, that is salary and the skill, and here you are printing the salary and the skill. Okay, and you created only an object of employee, that's it. And here in person info you gave some value, just 28. So this just 28 will going to come here, name and the age, and it will be printed. Then you gave the company name and the location, okay, Google Atlanta. So it will come here and it will be printed. And then you gave employee information, okay, that is the salary, okay, this much is the salary, 12,000, and the skill is machine learning. You gave here and it will be printed. Okay, so with emp object only I am accessing the methods of the parent class, and I'm doing all this operation. Okay, now one more code related to it. Class vehicle, okay, I defined its method. Class car, accessing the properties of vehicle, that is inheriting vehicle, okay, I defined another method, car info, done. Sports car, okay, that means I am inheriting the property of car, so this is multi-level. Okay, car accessing property of vehicle, and sports car accessing property of car. Okay, and here I am saying inside sports car class, and I just only created the method of sports car. Okay, and then that's it. I access the methods of vehicle information also, car information also, and sports car information also. I did it out and printed their values which are present in it. Similarly, I can no, check this thing, check this kind of inheritance. I am having a class vehicle, I am having a method of it, and printing this is vehicle, okay, done. I am having a car vehicle, that means car is inheriting the property of vehicle, and I defined a method car information. I gave one argument here, that is the name, and I'm printing car name is name, okay. And I created another class truck which is also inheriting the property of vehicle. So what kind of inheritance it is? What kind of inheritance it is? I am having only one base class vehicle, and car and truck are inheriting the property from vehicle only. What kind of inheritance it is? It is what means, is it multiple, multi-level, single, simple? What it is? Hierarchical, hybrid? What it is? I am having one base class, and I am having two child class, and both the child classes are inheriting the property of base class only. What kind of inheritance it is?
Hierarchical
Okay,
inheritance, sir.
okay, hierarchical inheritance. All right, it's a hierarchy. Okay, and if I do create another class, for example, here only if I do modify this code, if I do modify this code like class, and I create, okay, I'm having vehicle, I'm having car, truck, and I will say four wheeler. Okay, four wheeler. Okay, and I'm taking car also, and I'm taking truck also. Okay, and if I would say, and I would say create a method for it. And def four wheeler info. Okay, then I'm taking self here. Okay, print, and then I'm printing print. These are four wheelers. Okay, just create a code like this. So what happened here? This is class vehicle, and I inherited the property of it in two separate classes. You told me this is hierarchical. Now I created a class four wheeler which is inheriting the property of car and truck. Now what kind of inheritance is this? This complete what kind of inheritance?
Multiple, sir.
Multiple inherit? No, no, complete structure. I'm talking about the complete structure. I'm having hybrid also, and I'm having multiple inheritance also. Hierarchical, sorry. Initially it was hierarchical. Now you told sir it is hierarchy. This till here it is hierarchy. And after that, I use multiple inheritance. What is the complete structure you can call?
Multi-level, sir.
Middle level.
Hybrid, sir.
Okay,
Hybrid, sir.
okay, hybrid. Fine. This would be good. Hybrid. Because the point is I am using hierarchical also, and I am using your multiple also. So it's a combination hierarchical plus multiple. Okay, and now if I would say four wheeler, this class, it is accessing the property of car and a truck. So it has a range till car and a truck, or it is also having a range till vehicle. What do you think? How much powerful this four wheeler is? Did it can print the contents of vehicle class also, because car and truck are accessing the property of vehicle, and four wheeler is accessing the property of both car and truck. So obviously four wheeler is having the choices for both of these two classes. But do four wheeler is having the rights to access vehicle properties also? Is it or not? Check this one out. What do you think? Yes or no? Okay, if you want to see, sir, we want to see it. So let us create the object for the four wheeler. Object for four wheeler. I just create ob that is equal to four wheeler. Okay, let us create an object of it. And if I would say ob dot, what is the function present in the vehicle? Info. Ob dot info. Okay, what is the function present in your car? Okay, in car you are saying, sir, name should also be given. There should also be a name. Okay, so if I am going to access its method, I need to give a name also. So let's see, ob dot, what is the function name? That is your car info, no? So car underscore info, you can give Toyota. Okay, and then I'm going to take the method for truck. There is truck info. There is one attribute name. So just ob dot truck info. Okay, truck info. So I'm going to, what could be the truck information? It can be like Tata. Okay, and then after that I am having my own method also, fw underscore info. This is my own method. Okay, so I am going to take it like ob dot fw underscore info. Fw underscore info. Okay, That's it. And these are other methods. Let them be as it is here. I'm not going to change it. Let me run the code. Okay. So my code is like this. This is vehicle. That means it's quite clear that OB has rights to access the vehicle method also. OB has a right to access car method also. Okay. Car name is Toyota. Car name is Tata. These are four wheelers. Okay. So everything being present here are all printed in this hybrid inheritance. Okay, everything is printed. And then the later on, these are my previous methods which are present. I created object of car and I gave the car as BMW. I created object of truck. I gave it as Ford. Okay, so they printed. This is vehicle and BMW. Car name is BMW, and this is vehicle. Truck name is Ford. Okay, so but here in this case we have used different scenarios for the inheritance. Code is quite simple, but only you guys are present here and I'm just teaching her to understand the concept how inheritance works, how this different kinds of inheritance works. Okay, and it's up to you. You can create any kind of code and you can do experiment. For example, there is another code. I'm taking class dog and defining def info. This is a dog. Okay, done. Then I'm taking a class German dog. That means it is inheriting the property of its base class dog. Done. That means name. I gave the name here. Okay, and I'm printing the name. Then I'm taking class American dog. Okay, so again it's inheriting the property. So it's hierarchy actually. Okay, and then I'm printing the name of this dog also American. And then I'm created the object of German. Okay, and I access info this method of the parent. So this is dog. Then I gave a name German Shepherd. It will print German Shepherd. The name of the dog is the name is German Shepherd. Then American. This is something which I also don't know. Okay, so I just gave a name American Shepherd. Whether this exists or not exists, I don't know. Okay, just for simple example I gave. Okay, so same thing happened, which here also in German, also in this American also. Okay, so it's just a simple program for again hierarchy. All right. And I hope we have already checked about this code related to the vehicle, car, truck. Okay, now it's up to you. Do you have any idea you want to make a certain code here with me? Can we prepare a code on multiple inheritance? Any topic you can give, and we can have a coding here related to the inheritance. Do you have any idea? Can I create a class BVRT? What features I can give it here in this particular class? What I can give? Please help me. Class BVRT. What attributes I can give here? What method I can define here? Tell me. Can I
If
have?
we consider multiple inheritance,
We
we
will
need
consider
two base
anything.
classes
Anything.
and
Just
one.
get started. Just get started. We'll do anything. We'll do anything.
Oh,
Class BVRT. Then, do you want to give any attribute here? Anything coming in your mind? Anything?
College name.
Oh, see, college class is there, no? BVRT is there. Okay, college name. Okay, college underscore name. This is the attribute. What is the college name? Simple. Just write some say.
Vishnu.
Okay, Vishnu. Okay,
Vishnu, sir.
okay, done. Then any method you want to define def. Any method name def. What will the method name? Just give me any idea. I can write it here.
Course.
Huh?
Course.
Course. Okay, course. What you want to have in course?
Branches.
Okay, branches. Self and branches. Okay, branches. Done. And what to be done here? Branches. So if you deal with the electrical, if I would say, so self dot
Dot.
branches. Okay, self dot branches equal to branches. That means I'm going to take, or I should print it directly. Print directly the branches. Okay, so for example, I'm going to take triple E. Okay, now then next. Okay, done. I'm done with the class BVRT. Okay. Then what next I can take? Class. I can take. You already given the branches here. Anyways, I can take syllabus. Okay, and I can take BVRT here. BVRT as a parent class, and then in syllabus, what can I give? Help me giving a parameter here. Syllabus is equal to, I just say electrical. Okay, and then help me with a method def.
Sir,
Yeah,
can class name and the attribute name be the same?
class name and attribute name will be same. How?
You
You,
gave a syllabus as an variable name, no, sir.
okay,
And
yeah,
the
yeah.
class name is
No, no,
also
no,
syllabus.
no. I just okay. Just use okay. Just use S. That's it. S equal to electrical. All right, and then define. Give me some method. I need to define some method in which I'm going to take this as a print for this variable.
Subject.
Okay, subject. Subject again. I'm going to take self. Then I'm going to take name of the subject. Okay, should I take name? Okay, and then I'm going to print it. Print print self dot name. Okay, so now the next thing is, let us create another method. Subject is also over and this is also over. So now that will be class training. Okay, class training, and I'm going to take what I can take. Class training. Shall I create this as a separate class, because I'm dealing with the BVRT. Okay, I'm dealing with the subject that is electrical. Okay, and then I'm performing the training for it. Okay, so let us take class training, doesn't matter. I just take syllabus. Okay, and then I'm going to have your parameter here, that is p equal to, I'm going to take for the python, and then I'm going to have def, um, that is any method I can put it here for this training. Any idea?
Internship.
Yeah, internship. Okay, anything you can take internship. Then you can take a self comma. You can take any parameter here, any parameter, intern. Okay, and then I'm printing intern, and then I'm going to print. Okay, self dot intern. Okay, self dot intern. Fine. And if I do create um object for which class? Training. Okay, for example, t equal to training. I created object of it. All right, and with the t, with the t training I created, t I can print na, print t dot p. We can do na, t dot p. P is an attribute of training class na, so we can print t dot p. It will give me the result as Python. Then I can access its method also. I can access this method t dot this method internship. I need to give something here, internship. And what intern I'm going to give it here? Intern, what value should I give? Intern, intern. I'm saying data science and machine learning using Python. Okay, for example, I gave like this data. This is the title. I'm going to print it. Okay, so Python. Okay, just don't use Python because we are printing it above Python. Then I'm saying data science and machine learning. Then what should I give here? T dot. It can access this thing also. So t dot s, print t dot s, electrical, no? So print t dot s. It will print electrical. Then what I am going to give it here in the name? T dot. It's going to access this method also. subject. What is the name of your complete branch? It's triple E, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
subject is triple E now. It will going to print it triple E. Okay, fine. Then I am going to take print T dot. I'm going to print the college name. T dot college underscore name. Okay, and then I am going to take T dot course. T dot course. Okay, so course is having the branches. Okay, so T dot course, I'm going to take in quotation, I'm saying CSE, comma triple E, comma AI, comma ML. Okay, these I am going to take, and let me run this code. Okay, so there is an issue came at the internship, data science and machine learning. Okay, what was the issue came? What issue came here? T dot internship. Tell me, training object has no attribute intern. Training has no attribute intern. Training object has no attribute intern. It's saying this. Why it happened? We have created an object T for the training class, this class. And it's having a method internship and having a attribute intern. So tell me what happened here. Training, it says training object has no attribute intern. Where we are wrong? Where did we made a mistake? We defined a method here, internship, and we are calling it internship. INTERNSHIP, and then I'm giving one argument here, intern. This argument I'm giving this value to this intern, and I'm printing it. Print self dot intern. Then object is also this class only. Then also it showed me an error. The training object does not have an attribute intern. What should be done? Now, suggestions from your side. I just want to keep you engaged with something. What should be done here? Where we are making a mistake? See, in previous codes also, if I would say, in previous codes also, if we are using any object of the class, okay, if you are doing any object of the class, we are accessing the information of that particular class, we are giving its value. For example, in this particular code also, I created a class, German. I defined a method, self a name, and I gave a name here. Print the name. Okay, so here also the same thing I happened. Same thing in German. I created its object. Okay, and I gave a name here and access this method. So why this time it gave you an error? Same thing happened here. We didn't do some hard and fast code. What's wrong here? And T is an object of training. This is your training class. Its an object is T. I am accessing T dot P, so it's giving me Python. But when I am accessing its own method, internship, T dot internship, and I'm giving this value, data science and machine learning, here to the intern, what happened? It's saying no, you can't. Training has no attribute in turn. So why it failed here? It says no attribute. And if I do comment it here, for example, and if I run the code again, it gave me again an issue. So T don't have any attribute subject also, no attribute name also. So it's gonna hang me for all the other codes. It will no, it will not it will not be able to access this method also subject. It will not be able to access this method also course. It's failing in accessing the methods. Your object is failing in accessing the methods. Internship also, subject also, and course also. Now tell me what changes should be done here. What changes needs to be done? Because here you already did a code with the same theme. That means you created a class German, you created a method info in it, and you printed the name. And info you gave self dot name, one parameter you gave. Okay, and here you created a class American and dog, and you again created one method self and the name, and you printed it. And here you just simply created g dot German. You access the information g dot info. You printed this method and use g dot info. And info you gave German Shepherd here in the name, and you printed it info one. Okay, so same thing you are doing in this code also. Why class is
Sir,
yeah yeah.
but actually in the above case, we have taken hierarchical inheritance, no,
Hmm,
sir.
fine. And
Here we did not derive it from the base class, no, sir.
see, what is your base class? Your base class is BVRT. So I am inheriting in
Yes,
syllabus. I am inheriting the property of BVRT. Done. Okay, and
yes,
then in
sir.
the
But in
training,
training,
yeah. In training, yeah,
we have not inherited from BVRIT,
we
no,
are
sir.
inherited from the syllabus now, and syllabus is already inheriting from the BVRT. So it is multi-level inheritance.
Okay, sir. So there is difference between from the previous class and this class, no, sir.
Yeah. There is a difference, but actually, where the issue happened. See, this is a training class, and we are defining a method inside training class itself, and I have created a method of training itself. T equal to training. This is my method I created for itself. Okay, and then I printed t dot p. Okay, so it gave me Python. But when I'm accessing its own method, t dot internship, this is its own method, na? Here there is no hierarchy and nothing has been happening. This is its own method. Then why it's giving me error? If I'm giving data science and machine learning here, why it's giving me error? If I'm accessing my own method.
Sir, try to print only intern without self dot.
Okay, try to print intern without self dot intern. Okay, if I do run this code, training object has no attribute name. Okay, still it is having an issue. Why should we skip self? Because it
I
is
saw in the before code, sir.
okay. So on the before code, actually, see, self is something. Self is a reference to the object. So whatever the object you are going to create here, it can access the value of intern, and you are giving the value of internship here from this particular thing to the intern. Okay, and then you are printing it. That's it. Now, what could be the issue here you are facing? Why it's not able to access its own method? If it is not able to access its own method, how can it can access subject? How can it can access the course? And this is multi-level inheritance we have performed. Multi-level. No init method is here. No initialization we have done. Are you saying, sir, don't use self, also just use intern here? and just print intern, just print intern. And if I run this code, definitely it's taking one positional argument but two are given. It will say but two are given, because self is something you definitely requires. Okay, so it takes one positional argument but two are given. It will throw you error like this thing. Okay, so definitely you require self thing. Self is mandatory. You can't skip self. Okay, and you need to use like this self dot intern. You have to use like this only. So with the same code block, previously I was just running the codes and telling, okay, they are working fine, they are working fine. So here also we did a code now. Here again I declared a class and defined information self. Here also same thing, class car vehicle self name, and I'm printing the name of it. If I do check this code also, okay, if let us take this thing. Okay, let us just take this thing. I'm just copying this only the single code. Okay, and let me, okay, and I'm taking this name. Okay, and then using this particular any of the block I can take it right now here, copy, or if you don't take also you can create. See what this car is doing, it's accessing the property of vehicle class. Okay, and here we just simply create an object of the car. Okay, object of the car class c equal to, just create an object of the car class. Okay, that's it. And I can access c dot info also, and I can access c dot car car underscore info also. Okay, I can give a name of the car. Car name will be anything, it's Maruti for example. Okay, and if I do run the code, it will give me the car name is Maruti, and it's everything is fine. It gave it here. And then if it's my turn again, if I take class instead of okay, car is accessing the property of vehicle. Now let us make another method, that is again sports car, which we did above, and it is accessing the property of car now. Okay, same thing which we did here above, same thing which we did here. Okay, so and just create a method that is def sports car info. Okay, and just take a method like self comma comma, just take okay, this is name now, so this is sports car name. Okay, and then just print in quotation, sports car name is in colon sports car name. Okay, that's it. And now instead of creating an object of car, just create an object of sports car. SP SC sports car, and just name it here sports car. Okay, done. This is the class. Okay, and just access info sc dot info, and then sc dot car info. Okay, just access sc dot car info, and sc dot sports car info, sports car info. Okay, and gave here something you know sports car, that means you can give mrf. Okay, for example mrf again, and run this code. Last one, sports car object has no attribute sports car info. Now sports car underscore info. Okay, this was the object. Now here it is, everything worked. See, this is the code I created right now just in front of you, and using the same multi-level inheritance. From vehicle, car is accessing the property, and from sports car is accessing the property from the car. Okay, and I created the object of only sports car. Okay, and access all these methods. So what's happening here with the BVRT? Okay, you just saw above, sir, I haven't used self. In printing, I haven't used self. Okay, so if I do say, sir, don't use self here, just print, just use only intern. And here also just use only self name. Okay, and here don't use self branches. Okay, and let me run the code. Now it worked or not? And one girl said also, sir, I have seen, sir, there is no self, sir. I have seen, sir. Isn't it? Who said? One girl said, sir, I have seen, sir,
I
there
said
was,
so.
yeah, I haven't seen self there. Okay, so here, without self, you are printing all the information. So the Python, okay, Python, and then you printed data science and machine learning. When you gave the intern value here, data science and machine learning, it printed. And then when you gave the name here, the name is triple E has been given here. Okay, and it will be printed. And then the branches, that is printed, all these branches. Okay, so I created this twist of phase, the kind that, because we have seen lot of codes, but actually we were seeing, but the practical thing is when we are going to create, when to use self, when not to use self, this is something issue. Okay, and if I do some more twist here. Okay, intern is available na, print intern, and after that, if I would say, sir, print self dot name plus self dot branches, self dot branches, CHES, name and branches. Kindly please perform the concatenation of these two. If I run this code again, there's again an error. No attribute name and all these things. But if I would say print name plus branches, will it work or not? Name plus branches. Name is also not defined here. Again, it is saying name plus branches. Name is present here in the subject, and branches is present here in the course. And if you're accessing it separately, it will work. But I want to make it here possible in working. What should be done? What should be done here? If I say quote, inside quote, if I do take plus sign, okay, and just separated by this some plus, so just writing anything here. Again, it's saying name is not defined here. Name is not present. It can't print the name. Name is present here in this subject. In this subject method. Name is present where? Name is present in this subject method. Okay. Branches is present in this subject method. And you are trying to print name the branches here inside internship method. What are you doing? It doesn't know what is name. It doesn't know what is branches. Okay, so we thought, okay, sir, if it doesn't know name the branches, if I'm using self dot name, it's giving me error. Self is not applicable because self is only the reference to the object. Then object should know, okay, what are the attributes are. But here it's saying that name and the branches, they are not present in this method. So definition, how can I know what these variables are? I can't use these variables. Name is present in subject, branches is present in the course method. So the both of these variables are unknown to internship. They don't know. And you see, are the global variable, local variable? We haven't used any concept of local global here in case of classes. But that will be something else, something different category. So here I can't use these two variables, name and the branches here, because they are not defined under internship. So internship doesn't know what these variables are. That's why it said I can perform. Okay, so the error which was coming previously because of self. Okay, I can't use self dot intern, self dot name, self dot branches. And here in the above code, that's what we did, just not using self dot name and all this stuff. That's why it printed here also. We haven't used self dot everything, but where we did used self, where? where we use self to perform the operation. Where if we are if we are having only self, if you are having only self, for example, in this code I perform addition, I created a method with self. Okay, only self here, only self, and then I took a value a and b inside this method. Then I can use self dot a plus self dot b, self dot a plus self dot minus self dot b, multiply, division, then only I can. But if I am already available with a variable, I am already available with a variable as I was having, see here also I used self, and this is the attribute which I can use. Self dot a, I can use self with this to print this particular a. Okay, this particular b I can use self. But if self is available with something else also, so there is no requirement for that particular thing. That is what I want you to have an understanding. That's why I created that particular code and raised the error. Okay, this is the error coming. Okay, so understand when to use a self dot and when not to use self. Okay, so this is what we have done with inheritance in your Python for classes and the objects. Now we need to go ahead with another topic that is iterators. Okay, so let's get started with iterators. Do you have any doubt in this inheritance? Please let me know. Anyone is having doubt in inheritance? Any doubt in inheritance, please? We have done a lot of programs on classes and objects. Any doubt in inheritance? Yes, no?
No, sir.
Okay,
No, sir.
okay, fine. Let us proceed ahead with iterators. So, what are iterators? Have you done code on iterators? Do you know about iterators in Python? Any idea about iterators? See, it's front of you, but I've shared the screen. But the point is, have you done the codes on iterators? You can say yes, no, whatever. Any knowledge, any prior knowledge about it? See, you have used the code loops, na? For loop, while loop. You have performed the iteration, na? Loops you have used, na? You studied about the loops. So, what does loop you perform on the basis of some condition? Okay, you are performing what? You are performing iteration, na? Isn't it? Or do you want to say something else? Any other idea? Please let me know. Have you studied these iterators?
We have studied
We
iteration only
only
in
do
loops.
iteration using loops, sir.
Okay, only loops, na? For loop and a while loop. Okay. Now we'll study something more. So iterator is an object that contains a countable number of values. Okay, it's an object that contains countable. Okay, so when we are performing the loop, no, on the basis of certain conditions, where we are performing iteration, the loop will continue unless and until the condition doesn't become false, or either you are interrupting the loop on the basis of break or continue whatsoever. Okay, so iterator is an object that contains a countable number of values. That means I need to count the values on the basis of a certain object, and that object is called as an iterator. So iterator is an object that can be iterated upon, meaning that you can traverse. Okay, so because in loops we traverse, no, one value by another, one value by one value, and then one value continue. We are performing the traversing, whether it is a list, whether it is a tuple, whether you have given something else. So we are performing the traversing. Here also, in case of iterators, traversing has been done. Okay, an iterator, if we do talk about technically in Python, an iterator is an object which implements the iterator protocol, which consists of certain methods, that is iter and the next. There are two predefined methods available in iterators in Python: iter and next. Okay, so to be very basic, we understood right now with these three definitions. We understood that, sir, there are values and I need to iterate over these values. I need to traverse these values. Okay, so there are certain predefined methods available in Python. One is the iter, which will be useful for us to perform the iteration. And next is I need to move to the next value. to traverse the next value. So this method next will be used for that. And in case of classes and the objects, we have already seen a method init. So iter method is somehow what will going to relate with the init method, because init is something we are going to initialize the values in the classes. That's what we do. Okay, so let's check how this iteration is performed, because list, tuples, dictionaries, set, all are iterable objects. All are iterable objects. Why? Because we can traverse through them. We can loop over list, we can loop over tuple, we can loop over set, we can perform the loops. They are iterable. We can perform the traversing over it. So they are iterable objects. That means we can perform the counting. They contains they are iterable containers which can get an iterable form. We can access the values which are present in these names. Okay, so for example, if I would say fruits equal to apple, banana, cherry, this is a tuple, you know it. And if I say for I in fruits, print I, so it will print all the elements present in it: apple, banana, cherry. It will print it. You have already seen. If I would say now use iterators, iter. So there is a keyword called as iter present in iterators. So again, if I create a tuple apple, banana, cherry, and if I say my it equal to iter fruits, so I need to make this tuple as iterable. I'm making it as iterable. After making it as iterable, I'm using print next. Print next. This is an iterable object. I made this tuple fruits iterable, and my it is an iterable object. Understand what I'm saying? See, this is a general syntax. Okay, that means iter is a class, and you can say, sir, it is an constructor, and I'm giving this parameter to this particular constructor of class iter, and my it is an object of iterable class. You know about this thing, you very well know. Just compare it with the class, how we have created a class and how we have created the object of the class. This is all the same. My it equal to iter fruits, it's all same. So iter is an constructor to iterable class. We are giving fruits as a variable to it, and might is an object to the iterable class. And here with the next, I'm going to print one by one. If I say print next might, it will print apple. And if you don't put next prints, then it will only print apple. It will not go ahead. But in case of loops, it doesn't stops. In case of loops, sir, it will print everything. But in case of iterable, no. If you put just only one next, it will print only that particular next element. If you put again next, it will print banana. And if you print again next, then it will print your cherry, one by one. So one element by one, we are iterating through the tuple. This is what happens in iterations. Okay, and now again, next code. If I would say I'm creating an empty list, and I'm using for I in range 100, I in range 100, that means from 0 to 99, I am appending all the values which are present in the list. Appended. So list is now 0 to 99. And if I'm saying it equal to iter list 1, now I'm making list as iterable, and it is an iterable object. And I'm saying next it will print the 0. Then if I'm saying print next it will print 1, then it will print 2, then it will print 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It depends upon you how many times you are going to use the iterator. This next. Okay. And this is applicable with the tuple also. This is applicable with the list also. Let's check about your string. If I'm creating a string, my string equal to banana, and if I'm applying a for loop here, so it printed each and every character one by one. And if I'm making the string as iterable, iter my string, and I'm printing next, so it's going to print me one character by one character, one by one. And also, if I would say Python for everyone, let us create a string Python for everyone, make it as iterable, and print next character by next character. It will print everything. Python for, so it will print one by one. In for loop, it will traverse the complete string and it prints everything. But in case of iteration, we are taking it as one by one. Okay, so this is what happens. Now let us consider another code. So either we are going to take a tuple using for loop, either we are going to take a string using for loop. We can do anything, and when with iter and next we can print one by one. Now I talked to you about methods, iter and the next, and we haven't used these methods. We just simply use what? Iter and next. But what about these predefined methods? What these are? See, to create a class or to create an object class as an iterator, you have to implement iter and the next methods. Okay, this is what we need to implement. All right. So what happens in case of classes and the objects? All the classes should have a function init. Okay, init. This is a function which is somehow what? Mandatory. And if you don't create init, it doesn't matter that your class don't gonna work. No, your class will work. But init is something, initialization is something which has been required. Okay, if you don't create init method in a class, then your interpreter, because it's an interpreted language, it will create from its side. It will be force, it will be something, making interpreter to create this constructor from its own side, and then do the task. What happens in C++ programming and all. Now if you don't create an constructor, class constructor, then the compiler automatically create from its own side that constructor of that particular class, and then perform the task. Here also, if you don't create init. Okay, so it's been already told in the definition that init is something important. In real world, init is something which you should use. But we have already seen code where init is we haven't used most of the times. Okay, so it is used for initialization when the object is created. Similarly, iter method acts similar to your init in class. Okay, it is also used for the initialization. That means it returns the iterable object itself. So iter method I need to use. Okay, so let us consider what's happening and what next is doing. Next method allows us to do the operation and return the next item in the sequence. Allow any operation and return whatever the operation you have applied. Just perform that particular operation and return the result. Okay, so let's check one important code again. Class my numbers. Okay, class my number, and I'm defining iter self, and I'm saying self dot a equal to 1. There is one variable a whose value I assigned as 1. Self dot a equal to 1, and I'm returning self. Return self. Understand? Again, I'm going through the classes, and then I created another method df next self. Okay, and I'm saying x equal to self dot a, and self dot a plus equal to 1. That means self dot a equal to self dot a plus 1, and I'm returning x. Returning x. And then what happened? I created object of my numbers class. This is object of my numbers, and I created this object as iterable. I created this object as iterable, and I'm saying it as my iter, and saying it as my iter, and then I'm using print next my iter. That means obviously this next will gonna perform, and I'm saying next my iter, then this next is going to perform. Then again I'm saying next iter all these times. So initially the value of a, initially what was the value of a, how it's gonna perform? It is 1. Okay, cell dot a is 1, and I assign the value of x as 1. Cell dot a equal to x, so the value of x is 1. Okay, and then I'm updating the value of a, it will be 2. Here the value of a will be 2. Okay, so in the first call, when I called next my iter, so initially the value of a was 1, the value of a is updated, and I returned x. So initially x is possessing the value what? 1. And then when I perform next iteration, since the value of a was updated prior in the first call itself, so its value is now again assigned to x, so it will be 2. And here again the value of a is updated to 3, but it will return 2 because I'm returning the value of x. Then again I use my iter. Next, my iter. So now the value of x will be 3 and value of a will be updated to 4, and I'm returning x. So 3 will be returned, 3 will be printed. Okay, here 3 will be printed. Then 4 will be printed, then 5 will be printed. Understand the code again. Very important. I'm not using any init method here, but I will in the upcoming codes. Very important. So here I created a class, defined an init iter method, okay, and assigned a variable a, and I returned that particular thing, return self. Then what I did, I created next method also with the self. So here is also self, here is also self. And what I did, there is a variable x here, and I said self dot a, the value which was of a previously, I assigned it to x and updated the value of a every time. Whenever this method is called next, whenever it is called, value of a is updated according to the operation. Okay, and then I'm returning x. I created object of my class, I made it as iterable, and use next every time. Okay, so I know that you are having, okay, you will be having some, you have some thoughts by seeing this code. I know that you are having some certain thoughts, you're trying to understand, sir, what's happening. Okay, let's proceed ahead, then you will understand more. Again I created a class my numbers, and it in iteration I assigned the value self dot a equal to 1, self dot b equal to 2. So you just, in the definition, what I told, iter acts similar to init in classes. So understand what I'm doing. Iter acts similar to initialization. So I'm assigning value, initializing value of variable a and b here, 1 and 2, as I did the same above. For a equal to 1, here also I'm doing the same, initializing value a and b, 1 and 2. And then I said return self. Okay, why return self? Because only self was present here, that's what I'm going to return. And then I use next self, and I assigned a variable y equal to 10 here, and then I said x equal to self dot a. So I'm taking the value of a from here, and then what I did, self dot a equal to self dot b plus self dot a plus a 10. Like I would have used y also here. It's up to me. Any kind of operation you want to do, you can. It's your choice. Okay, and then you are returning x, and all is same. Create object of the class, make it as iterable, and use next. It's up to you. How many times you want to use next, you can. It's up to you. Okay, so any kind of operation you can use here. Okay, so the point is, okay, let us create some code from our side. Let us create some code. So I'm using class um, what I can use, class sum, for example. I'm creating a class sum. Okay, I just say summation. Okay, sum, not small sum, just summ. Okay, and then you can define any method from your side. It's up to you. So def iter, okay, and take self. Okay, df iter and take self. Okay, and then what I can perform, I can say num, I can take num, self dot num equal to 10. Okay, that's what I took. All right, then I'm saying return self. Done. Then I'm going to perform df next, df next. What I'm going to do here, what I can, Next, what operation you are looking forward for? I am having a number 10, and and I need to operate something over it, so that every time when I'm going to call next, it will print it. Please tell me, what can I do next?
Assign self num to a variable.
Okay, self dot num plus what you're saying?
I'm saying, for example, we
Hmm.
can take x equal to self.num,
Okay, we can take x equal to self dot num. Okay, then
and we can take another variable, for example, y equal
y
to
equal to
20.
y equal to
20.
20. Okay, then
Now we can perform the summation of those two.
okay, summation of this, that is x plus y.
Uh, I think self.num plus y.
Okay, self dot num plus x plus y.
Y.
Is it okay?
Okay, so
And then what we are going to return?
the summation value.
Are you sure you are going to return the summation? Here also did we return the same, or you are looking forward to return
No,
something else? Return
we are actually returning the
return that value which will be,
x value.
return that value which will always be updated. So it's better you just do one thing. Instead of summation, you can take x only.
Yes.
Okay, just take it as x and return x. Whatever be the updations are, we are going to cover it ahead. So x is self dot num. Initially x will be 10. I declared one more variable 20, so y will be 20. Okay, so x is 10, y is 20. Then I'm saying self dot num, so that is 10. X is also 10, y is 20. So 10 plus a 10 plus 20, the result will be 40, and I am going to return 40 in the first case. Then the values will be updated. Okay, let's see what happens. Create an object of class. Whose object I need to create? Class sum. So s equal to sum. This is the object of this particular class, and then I want to make it as iterable. It equal to iter and make it as iterable. Take this as iterable and perform next. Okay, just copy this thing. Print perform next. Okay, just use it. Okay, it everything. Okay, every time just use the same thing, iterable. Then let's see what the result comes. Okay, that's it. Right, and run this code. There is an error. Next, it has zero positional argument, but one is given. What do you think? Where could be an issue?
We return x equal to self.num plus x plus y. No, so I think x is the issue there.
X is
The issue.
X is the issue. Okay, why X is the issue
Yes.
here? Because in the above we have also done x equal to self dot a, and here was self dot a. Why it is an issue? Is saying next can't takes zero positional argument, but one was given. Why it is an issue? In the above code also, no, we took this self dot a, and this is self dot a equal to 1, and here also we defined self dot num equal to 10, and we are assigning x equal to self
Not
dot num.
that.
Hmm. Yes.
We've written the x equal to self.num plus x plus y. No,
Hmm.
sir.
Hmm.
The summation part. I think since we have already assigned the self.num to x, and
Hmm.
in the previous cases also we
Hmm.
only worked on the
Hmm.
self.num
Self dot num.
instead of directly using the variable. I
Okay.
think
So,
because
okay,
of
think it should
us
be.
writing x plus y,
So it should be what?
self.num plus y
Plus y only. You are saying self dot num plus y only. Okay, and let me run the
is
code. Still, it is saying zero positional argument, but one is given.
Manus, can you show me the error, sir?
Yeah, yeah. Please check it.
No, sir, the error part, sir.
Okay, so other code. Yeah, here is another code. I assign x equal to self dot num. That will be 10,
Yes.
and I want to update it. And previously also I updated. Okay, self dot a. I was updating self dot a previously, and here I updated the value of x and then return the value of x. Okay, so it's up to me now. What I want to update, I can. What changes should be done
Yes.
here? X should be 10, y is 20. So what should be the error? I can perform any
So
operation in the
why
next.
can't we use x instead of self dot num, sir? We have already declared above, no, sir.
We have already declared. So you want you if I would say x equal to x plus y, then again it will give you error. Next take zero positional argument, but one is given again. Unless and until we don't get any errors, how can we say that we understood each and every concept? We need to rectify this thing. And we have used the same code above. I said, okay, I took a1 b2 self dot a, and then I returned the self. Here also I took self dot num, and I equal to 10, and I returned the self. Okay, and then I'm saying x equal to self dot num, and here also I took the same thing, x equal to self dot a, and then I created a variable y equal to 10. Okay, I do created a variable y equal to 20, and then here just I perform self dot b plus self dot a plus a 10.
Sir,
Hmm?
when we defined the next, we did not give the self in this program, sir. In the previous program, we gave self to it, sir.
Here it is the case. You forgot
Yes,
something.
sir.
Okay, that's why. So now we are giving self here. So unless and until this self is not coming to here also, how can we say? Okay, so in next we haven't given self. All right, now you can do this task. X plus y. What should be done more here? Self dot num. Self dot num. Okay, I can take anything. So this will be okay. Let's run the code. 40, 40, 40. It's not updated. Why? I want some updations. X equal to x plus y plus self dot num. I want update. Why it's not updated? Just do some correction here in the code itself. Why it's not updated? I'm returning x and it's not updating. So should it be y equal to y? If I write like y equal to y plus a 20, then it will be updated. It's saying unbound local variable y reference before assignment. Now it is
Increment the x.
increment x.
Yes, sir.
Increment x. Here it still is giving me 40 result
No, sir. Above
The
the
X value,
function,
sir.
sir.
above the function. What I need to increment?
X value, sir.
X value. Okay.
I mean, self dot num equal to, you can increment that, sir.
Okay. Self dot num. Here can I write like this? Self dot num plus. Can I write like this? Equal plus 1. Should I do like this? Does that be okay? Let me run this code. Now it has been performed. It's saying 31, and every time it's saying 22, 22, 22.
Sir, I think we should increment the last X value, sir. before return x, we written x equal to x plus y plus self dot numbers. Instead of that, we can write x plus or equal less and equal to x plus y plus self dot num.
Here,
Yes, sir.
what should we write? X equal to
X plus
x plus,
x plus equal to
okay, x plus equal to,
x plus y plus self dot num, sir.
okay, let me run this code. You are getting 41, 23, 23, 23. Still, there is no updations here.
Then instead of incrementing there, we should increment after that operation, I think.
Okay, after the operation. Okay. See, let us check one by one line. What's happening? Self dot num. Initially, it is having value 10. So x is 10, and I'm updating self. It will become what? 11. It will become 11. I assigned y equal to 20. So this will be 20. This will be 10. This will be 10 and self dot num. This will be what? This will be 10 initially. Or it will be updated value. It will be updated value. 11. So 11 plus 10 plus plus what? Plus 10.
10, sir.
So 31. It returned with okay. Is it 10? Yeah, it returned 31. Actually, we use na x plus equal to. So plus more 10 will be added. So it returned me 41. After that, when I use next iteration, what is the value of x here? Again, it assigned.
41.
No. Again, it assigned self equal to num.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay, so again it assigned self equal to num to it because I'm calling next again. Na? Again, and what happened about in above cases? Y equal to 10 and x equal to self dot a. Okay, so here again, you know what happened? If you just check the use case of above thing, here y equal to 10, x equal to self dot a. Okay, so a was 1, na? So x is 1. Then self dot a equal to self dot b plus self dot a, that is 1 plus 1 plus 10. 1 plus 1 plus 10. And we are returning x. So actually x was 1, so it gave me 1 result. Then after the next call, a was what? A was b plus a plus a 10. That was actually 12. And I assigned the value of what? A to x. So that's why it got updated. So instead of returning x, we need to perform some different change. We need to perform some another change, and that change should have been not on the x. It should be on self dot num. It should have been some different kind of changes. Okay, so don't do this self dot num equal to 1. Just use it like this. Self dot num equal to x plus y plus self dot num. And now run the code. 10, 40, 100, 220, 460. Now the result got changed, and because of these operations only. So now what happened? Number was initially 10. X got 10 value. Y was 20. So 10 plus a 20 plus a 10. 10 plus 20 plus 10. How much it is? 10 plus 20 plus 10. How much it is?
40.
40. So self dot num will become 40. But what I'm returning? X. So x was 10. Na? X was 10. So I return 10. Okay, done. But what happened?
Okay.
But what happened? Num become 40. Self dot num become 40. So next time x is equal to 40. So I returned 40. Okay, so this is how the operation worked. Okay, so only my goal here to create this code is in iter you can initialize any value, and in next you can perform any operation, and then by doing iteration next you can print those values. That's what we can do in case of iter and the next. Okay, let us proceed. If you want to prevent the iteration to go forever, I can use a exceptional handling thing that is called as a stop iteration. If I don't want to continue the iteration, I can stop it at some moment. That is called a stop iteration. See, there is another code. I use a class my numbers, and I use iter self and assign a value 1 to it, a self dot a equal to 1. And here I am saying if a self dot a is less than 20, and next I am saying if self dot a is less than 20, x equal to self dot a, okay, and update the value of self dot a and return x. What's happening? If self dot a is less than 20, that means initially it is 1, obviously it is less than 20. And I am saying x equal to self dot a, assign value of a to x. Okay, it's assigned. Initially the value of x is also 1, and I'm updating the value of a, it will become 2. Okay, and I'm returning x, but x will be 1 initially. Else stop, else raise stop iteration. So this is raising an exception. It's a concept of exceptional handling. We'll cover exceptional handling here. Okay, in our lectures we'll cover exceptional handling also in Python. So right now, if this has been okay, if the value of a is less than 20, we are continuously updating the value of a. Okay, if it is less than or equal to 20, this will work. If if it happens it is going to more than 20, then iteration will be stopped. Okay, again what I did, I created an object of the class, my class, and I made it as iterable and applied a loop. Because you will say, "Na sir, how many times are we are going to write next it and next it and next it, sir?" So this is quite boring, sir. So it's better you apply a loop for x in my iter. For x in my iter, okay, print x. Okay, so it will perform iteration till 20, and then it will stop. Till 20 it will, and then it will. A very important code to understand. Very very important code. So you can apply loop over iterable object also. So you are doing it. My iter is an iterable object. You are applying loop over it. Okay. And then we gave a condition here that stop, forcefully stopping, stop iteration when your value of a is beyond 20. Okay. So very, very important code to understand. Okay. In the next code, again we are checking the work of iterators, but now I am including init method also. Let's see. I created a class test. Okay, you very well know. Fine. I created init method, self and a limit. Okay, one variable I'm giving limit. And if you give a limit, okay, one variable here. Now you can use self dot limit equal to limit. So you should be knowing when I'm going to use self, when I'm not going to use self. Okay, so I'm giving limit, and I'm saying self dot limit equal to limit. That means the value of limit will come from the object of the class. Okay, and then I'm creating an iter self, and I'm saying self dot x equal to 10, and I'm returning self. I never return x self dot x. No, I am returning self only. In iter I don't return x self dot x, self dot y, return x, return y. No, I'm returning self here. Okay, and then I'm using next x equal to self dot x, and if x is greater than self limit, if the x is greater than limit, stop iteration, raise stop iteration. I'm raising an exception here. I need to stop the iteration if its value go beyond the limit. Okay, and then I'm incrementing the value of x, self dot x equal to x plus 1, and I'm returning x. If it is not been beyond the limit, return it. If it is beyond, stop. Okay, and then what I did, for I in test 15, print I. Okay, now there is another twist. For I in test 15, see, test is your class. Okay, test 15, what does this test 15 means? Test 15 means object of this class. So instead of using object, I just created a twist. I made a twist. For example, you can do like this also. A equal to test 15. That means you are giving 15 to limit here, limit. So limit will be 15, and I am performing what? Iteration, iter and next. So I'm saying a for a, okay, a equal to test 15, and then you can make this object as iterable. You can make this object as iterable. How? You can do like this: it equal to iter, and use a, and then instead of test 15, use it. Okay, and then print I. Okay, and let me check both the things. Here previously I made a shortcut, test 15. I wrote test 15, I made a shortcut. But if you are having issue, don't use, just create an object of the class that is a, assign 15 to the limit. So limit is 15, fine, done. Okay, my x values initially 10, okay, done. I'm performing operation in next, okay, my x is 10, and I'm saying if x is greater than limit, stop iteration, else update x. Very simple code it is. Update x x x. Okay, if it becomes more than 15, stop, that's it. And in the next case I gave test 5. So limit is already 5, and limit is already 5, and x is greater than what the value of x? What is the value of x? Is 10. X is 10, and your limit is 5. It stopped iteration at that particular moment only. Okay, so there is no output for this particular case. Only I'm having the output 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 for the first case only. This case, there is no output for it. Okay, so I just want to explain you that I can use init method also, I can use iter method also, I can use next, obviously with iter is in combination with the next. Okay, so all I'm just doing experimenting. What I can doing. I can. I'm putting it all together. Okay, here also a sample code. Just understand once again. If you are having any doubt, please let me know. Class number. Okay. Define init self num. Okay, done. Sir, I took one number, sir. One attribute number I am taking. Okay, and I'm assigning value to the number. And when I will get the value of number, sir? When I'm creating the object of this class number, then I will going to have number. Okay, I defined a method iter. Okay, in iter I took y equal to 0. Okay, fine, and I'm returning self. Then I'm using next method, next self. Okay, I'm using it, next self, and then I'm saying if self y equal to num, stop iteration, else self y plus 1, and return self dot y. So what I'm doing, initially the value of y is 0, and number is something which will come from object. Okay, I don't know, and I'm saying if both are equal, stop, else y equal to y plus 1, update the value of y, update the value of y and return it, return self dot y. Okay, so n equal to number 10, so I gave the num 10 here, so value of number is 10, and I use iter, and I use it equal to iter n. Okay, iter n, so it is now iterable, and I apply for I in it, print I, for I in int, print I. So what is the value of y here? 0. Y is not equal to num because you gave number as 10, so this is not equal, so I am not going to stop the iteration, and I'm going to update the value. It's updated, it's updated, value of y is updated. So value of y will become, value of y is initially 0, then it will be updated to 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At a particular moment, value of y will be 10, and the num will also 10. Stop iteration, done. So you can see output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After that the iteration stopped. Okay, so this also task we can do in case of your with the iter and init and next. Please do let me know if you are having any doubt till here in case of iterations, please. Any doubt in iterations here till here?
No doubt, sir.
Okay, so we are having many codes for that these iterations. All right, and I guess we are going to check all the codes, whatever be the possible, and then we will study about the exceptional handling in the Python. Okay, so let me stop.